advance tickets for both parts. Disney and California Adventure. Alright, looks like we're ready for Abobo's Big Adventure with Lrock617. Good luck.
Woo!
Yeah!
Woo!
Welcome, everyone. This is another continuation of our silly games here. My name is Lrock617. On our couch, we have
Cypherin.
Sub-Styly.
Sharif.
He'll be joining me on this expedition that we have here through all things NES. And make sure I get
Very
this
magical
started.
journey awaits us.
So this is Abobo's Big Adventure.
It's a big
Flash game released back in 2012. Basically, is just one big NES love letter. To give you a little idea of what we're going to get into, every stage we're going to play is based on a different NES level. So let's go ahead and get started. Timer at 3, 2, 1, go. So as I mentioned before, my name is Lrock617, and I really hope this game doesn't crash on me in the first stage. Because this game can't do that. Flash programming is fickle that way. Cool, that guy showed up. Sometimes that first guy I hit doesn't actually respawn on the screen, and I have to wait however many seconds he decides to make me wait. Kind of finicky. So through this first bit here, we're going to be playing through Double Dragon, obviously, Abobo's home game. Going to take some health here. We'll walk up to this door with these Kung Fu enemies. So this puts over our first mechanic that we need. We're actually building up what's called Rage, which allows us to do Rage drives, which is just a super move. We're going to have it in this next segment where we're going to see Donkey Kong. As soon as he hits the ground, we're going to unleash it. This is important because it's going to clear the whole screen. Bring him to the House of Rock.
Nice.
Wipe the whole screen of enemies. You see those Goombas scattering. We're going to scurry up this ladder because he's still alive. We're going to fix that real quick. Sends his son after us. He's not going to be a problem either.
Man. Child cruelty, Lrock. Come on now.
This segment is by far the hardest thing in the stage. This segment's just a mess. It all revolves around how much mileage I can get out of this barrel. We can throw it 11 times, essentially. That's 2 right there. So we're on good pace. I need to be able to throw it 9 times before the boss appears. Well, mini boss, I should say. So that's 5. 5's good. We're going to have some enemies spawning from the side. These guys can also take forever to spawn for reasons that don't get explained.
Spy versus Spy and River City Renaissance.
Yo, gotta respect the cameos.
Oh, yeah.
Heck yeah. And I don't know what the heck this thing is from, but he's going to pop up right here. Going to take this.
What on earth?
And another one. He's done.
Yeah.
This Goomba that's going to pop up on the left is very much the destroyer of worlds. I have to kill him. If I don't, he causes the game to lag for quite a bit. Get some more health. Going to snag our explosive. This green guy is also a bit of a problem. I'm going to try to get them grouped together. Oh, where's he going? Yeah, I thought I was going to miss him. He was being a troll. I'm going to move around. He has a lot of health, and he can counterattack everything that I do, so this is going to be annoying to have to deal with. We'll get through it. It's just going to take more time than I wanted it to. Luckily, Naveen up here decided to actually take his damage like a good boy. All right, on to our first boss. Room may look familiar for those that have played this game, but we got River City Ransom boss music. That was rude. Didn't anticipate that. It's a pretty simple fight. The only difficult thing about it is his roll patterns are completely random, so you just kind of have to follow him. What we're hoping to do is be able to build enough meter to be able to unleash a rage if he tries to roll away. Because when he's rolling, he's completely invincible. We can't do anything about that. Oh, execution error. Double taps, man. Now he's going to get away, but except he's not. For most stages in this game, a super will actually do damage to any enemy or boss enemy during iframes, so that's one example of that. That's going to clear us off to our next stage. Billy comes to the rescue.
That's gonna leave a mark, man.
On to our next stage. Very, very clunky mechanics here. It's an underwater stage that also performs somewhat like a run and gun. Straight out of SMB. Somehow he gained Yoshi tongue powers. This is essentially just a boss rush. Gonna be snagging as many sushi snacks as I can. Good first boss. Into our second door, or first door I should say. We're gonna say you what, mate?
Yeah.
For our
Any young kids
Merbobos.
watching this, cover your eyes.
True that. So now we have the shield, which means we're not gonna take damage. We can still take hit stun, but we're just actually not gonna take damage. This actually wouldn't be necessary, except that you have to go through that door. Actually missed that. I should have grabbed that fish. So here we have Bubble Man. My least favorite boss in this stage by far. He's pretty obnoxious because those bubbles actually block shots. So I had to be really careful about when I actually take my shots. Okay, cool. Good stuff there. Nab this fish. I believe Sub wanted to say something at this point, so take it away.
Oh, I'm just saying, I'm glad you're killing Karnov here and stopping Karnov Ember. You're doing the Rose great service over here.
Karnov the mermaid, no less.
Yeah.
So we also have
Horrible
Rage
game,
now,
don't
which is
play
good.
it.
Shout out to Mermaid Karnov.
On to our last boss segment. We're going to take this blooper, chill out down here on the bottom, wait for Jaws. Because what's a game without Jaws?
A good game.
Jaws is
A
a
slow
classic.
game, maybe. But he's actually not the boss. Here we have the actual boss,
Oh.
which is a shark with a giant laser beam attached to its head.
That's a laser beam.
I'm surprised it took this long for that to even be a thing in a game. Oh, I missed the shot. No big deal. We'll go ahead and unleash Super. Tornado does absurd amounts of damage to this guy. But from here, we're not going to really get to do anything that cool again. We have to actually just take these shots we can with the fish. If you want to call them fish. I don't know what you call them. Corpses. Lunch. I really don't know. One more hit. Oh, that was rude. I had that shot all lined up and everything, and he's just like, nah, son. Also, sharks have bones, apparently.
Sure.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Sure.
Decent finish there. Stage is super clunky because, of course, underwater stage.
Are you keeping track of all these references? Because I completely lost track.
I lost a couple.
Well, there's a snack bar. That's one reference.
There you go.
So this is a game some people may not recognize. This is from a title called Urban Champion. It's an
Black
early
box game.
example of a fighting game. It was released on the NES back in the 80s.
It was a, yeah, it
It's
was
pretty simple. We're just going to get a few hits on him where we can knock him over to the side. And who doesn't love discounts? Everybody likes discounts, right?
Ouch. Those are the women you save in Wizards and Warriors.
Yes, they are. And they're still hanging there. So I guess someone didn't do their job.
It's a Bobo. A Bobo. I wouldn't.
Onto the
expect a Bobo.
restaurant,
Exactly.
which is, everybody's favorite actual restaurant. So this is our last segment for this guy. We're going to hit him 3 times, and we actually have to do a finishing move, and we have 2 choices here. This one's not only swaggier, it takes less time, so of course we're doing it because it goes fast. Put the shades on, give him our autograph.
To my best.
To my best fan.
Flex for him. There you go. Since I haven't gotten to talk about it, we got a little bit of time going on the next stage. I had to skip the opening cutscene. The story is that someone in the NES universe has kidnapped Abobo's son, and he's just on a quest to get him back. Really simple story, but
More like a rampage than a class.
it's very Kill Bill style in that regard for sure. So this is actually my favorite stage in the run. This is the Legend of Zelda stage. Actually has some really cool speed tech to it. We'll see here soon. For now, we're just going to kill enemies and try to build meter for a segment we're going to have right before. Come back here, you.
So what's your count right now?
My count?
I got you.
Speedrunning joke.
Choculate.
Over someone's head. You're a Nest runner.
Fair. Take out these bubbles. Our goal here is we want to be able to keep meter through, especially the next room. Also, I'm going to grab the map just because I can. Because it's a familiar shape, as you can see.
Yeah, it's a
As it
rocket,
goes away.
obviously.
It's a 100% run.
Gonna unleash Super here. The mermans didn't spawn close enough together for me to double shot them, so we're gonna just bring the power of the thunder, take them out through the door. So here's our first bit of speed tech. We're actually gonna take a lot of damage going through here. Let's come down here and snag the ladder. Da, 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 da. So we're essentially just gonna do our best here to get hit by absolutely everything on our way back to the entrance.
I'm not going to comment on the shape of the map at all.
But you want to, and that's what's important.
It's definitely for the best. I mean, go keep it PG.
Peaches.
Family stream over
Take
here.
that right across. This is actually visually one of my favorite things in the game, this Shy Guy maze. It just looks so obnoxiously silly. Get to move through here. Come here, you evildoer. All right, there we go. Not much to talk about through there outside of that. So here's the actual final boss, Dig Dug. Do not let him touch you. It is bad. It is extra bad. Go to the center of the room here, try to clip across. Being in hit stun in this game is not a good thing because not only does it can it just knock you completely off track of what you're doing, but if you're in hit stun, you actually can't leave a room. Go away. See, that's why I had to get those guys away from me. Because if they crowded the door like that, all they were going to keep doing was just chain hits on me, and then I wouldn't be able to leave, so I had to get them away. Take some more damage. We're taking all this damage so we can set ourselves up for a death warp. That's going to get us to a key here momentarily. Walk back across some water. All right, back to the entrance. Going to head through this key door. Walk through this Octorok. Oh, that's not good. Somebody? Anybody? Okay, there we go. Knocks you right across the lava, and then we're going to go in here and get ourselves killed. Because it takes way too long to go to the right and work your way back around when you can just take a death and you're right back. Now we're going to kill everything in our path. Come here, you go. The second half of this stage, we're actually going to be working our way towards an upgrade here, going through this door after a quick mini-boss fight. The Manhandler. Which I'd pay to see that, you know, Abobo versus the Manhandler.
Nice.
Sounds like a poster that writes itself. I'm actually going to take these guys out since we're not trying to do death abuse anymore. Here we have our upgrade.
Beefy.
The meat, as it were. Oh, I didn't get a ladder clip. Okay, no big deal. Right we go. Hoping the Shy Guy on the right doesn't move up. And, oh, we got stuck. Sweet. If he accelerates up super quickly, he's going to be at the door when we get there. And
That's 11. So you're beating the enemies with your meat now.
Is that how that works?
Yeah.
I'm not sure that's how that works.
I think that's what's happening, dude.
Oh, I know that's what's happening. I'm just saying I'm not sure that's how it works.
I mean, I'm just stating what I'm saying, dude.
Work our way around these mermen. Pretty simple. Just get through. You don't have to pay attention to these guys. Say hi, dragon. Say bye, dragon. Move down through this way. Ghosts are probably my least favorite enemies. I hate having to work my way around them. We got one more key to obtain. Gonna be right down here with these Corbies. Very hard to get through this room without taking a hit. I think I've done it one time ever. And of course, much like anything Zelda related, if you go into a room, any enemy movement is going to be completely random. Ladder earns its keep here. Let's get right past the dragon and we get onto our boss. Because the old man was really behind it all along, which everyone knows. So we've got a few sequences to this fight. We've got to take out the scepters. He's going to spawn 3 enemies randomly. 2 ghosts. What a meanie. How dare you. So here he's going to unleash a couple of orbs that are going to chase us. These are very slow moving and they turn us into a snail, which do not good things. Really just cause us to move slow, but
yeah,
we really can't defend ourselves either. So now that he's done with the laser, he's going to unleash the red candle. But really all we had to do from here is chill out here on his right and just keep hitting him and hope for good luck. I'm going to build the way meter up, go here. And he's spawning into 3, and I'm going to mash rage here to hopefully be able to catch them all at once. If you're early enough, you can actually hit all 3 at the same time in a one-shot. It just kills them to move on to the final phase. Cool, I actually got him. Nice. For our final phase, here's where problems come in. He goes all Master Roshi on us, and he's really not that much of a threat until he starts doing stomps. But luckily, I was able to build up some meter to hopefully be able to mitigate that. He's just going to let me hit him. This is great. Okay, so when he goes into stomp mode, he's completely invincible. But if we super to cancel that, he actually doesn't get to do anything. He doesn't take much damage from it, but it's an option that we have, and it's our best option in that scenario. That was actually a great fight. I normally get a ton of stomps, so that was really good. And meat spin. And we found our captive. Oh, we're not looking for Zelda. She just happens to be here. I also love the inventory. You have Samus in a ball, Pac-Man in a cucumber, and a Dr. Mario pill. For those that think this is the Triforce, I must inform you were actually incorrect. This is what's known as the Pie Force.
You know, we're a bit too late for Pie Day, okay.
She mouths off to us, so Bobo says, you know what? I'm glowing blue, so you get one of these.
Freaking hot Dukin right there, dude.
He proton cannoned her.
Right.
So here we have an unskippable cutscene, but it's Oh, it's so funny. Shout out to Pink Sandals, too. Abobo with the fashion sense. So we found our captive here. We're going to go into this incredible little musical sequence. Just kawaii eyelashes. And the tears. Can't forget the tears. Y'all can figure out this one for yourselves in terms of how to decipher what the relationship actually is. Except, not so much.
The plot
Them
twist.
red eyes. The twist.
The twist this game has. And it's Metroid McFly being
Metroid.
a troll. Yeah. Being the troll he is. He can't. He's always
he's-
hogging the spotlight, dude. I love you, McFly.
Shout out to Metro McFly. Okay, so last little bit here. Now, this next stage is actually one we're going to be skipping. It's a stage based on Balloon Fight, and it's incredibly fun, but unfortunately it's an auto-scroller that lasts 9 minutes. So they give us the opportunity to skip it, so of course we're going to take that. Once we pump up our sad-faced balloons. Tie one off. There you go. He's so slow
No,
about
that
it.
sounds kind of bad.
Makes me laugh.
Yeah.
All right, time to mash one. It's going to take us on to our main event. This is where we chased Amazon, since we don't get to see a cutscene here. Just a pro wrestling stage. It's very random. That put me outside? Okay, cool. As long as one of us is outside, this is fine. Now he can be a troll and not chase me. I'd prefer if he did, but he's going to kind of swing away. I'm just going to wait for him to come over here. This may take a moment. But I can't go to the center. If I go to the center, then I don't get to put him over here,
Look
and I
at these
really want him to be over
okay,
here.
now he's coming to
Okay,
you.
here he comes. Really? Hadn't seen that miss before. Okay.
Wow.
This is fine. This is fine.
You've played this before, right?
A couple times.
Okay, just wondering.
This version
So
of the game.
essentially our goal here is we want to build up meter to be able to finish him off. We can get full bar by either draining him completely of his health or just getting 3 bars as we're trying to do now. Whipping him into the barricade is the fastest way to do that. So it builds 2 out as a meter at a time, so we're just going to keep pushing that. That's going to take us to our cutscene. It's going to finish it off. I'm going to be honest, I don't have anything to really say about this, so you all just enjoy yourselves.
Oh man.
It's a laser light show. Go fight, go fight. And that's just the first one.
Kind of wish this was the game I was playing when I was playing pro wrestling as a kid.
Right.
Man, that pair of licenses could have entered the video gaming universe way closer, way sooner than it should have.
Would have been worth it though.
I always just like how there's random flashing before every big move. Everything glows. So good.
Come on, hold.
And that boot to the face, man. Boom.
Like he hasn't suffered enough. Because of course he hasn't. Now we actually get to finish him off. Because this is what happens when you mess with Abobo. Disguise yourself as his son.
Yeah, I feel like we just saw this just a few minutes ago.
Second straight
Yeah.
game that goes to,
Yeah.
goes to outer
Barclay's
space.
Reckoning, yeah.
Little Deja Vu over here.
Amazon's Day of Judgment.
Look at the form though. Oh, 10
The
out of 10.
knee
It's like-
and
like a
everything. Like,
graceful
it's so
gazelle
much
over here.
grace.
Absolutely perfect.
10 out of 10. Well, I take it back. 9 out of 10. Barkley did it better.
Barkley did
opinion.
way better.
Did
Yeah.
do better.
Oh, my chest. So we get a nice little freeze frame here. Count it down from nothing because it's just going to do this. So we get this nice little fallout. Where Abobo survived because of course he did. And Amazon's still
The
not
only thing I
dead.
needed
except
was
now
to
he
just
is.
step into a Slim Jim, dude.
And just remember, a winner is you. Whee! That finishes
I love
off
the
my
old-
favorite segment of the game.
I love that.
Mega
Honestly,
Bobo.
Mega Man 2.
Mega Boba, dude.
This is the best stage in the game for sure.
You might be right, actually. You might actually be right. So we're going to play through a little bit of Quickman stage here. There's actually 2 strats you can take through this stage. The one I've had the most success with is actually a little bit slower, but it is much safer. It's going to involve us taking some death abuse. to make for an easier final boss at this stage. Feel free to recognize as much as you possibly want to in here. There's a lot to see.
There's a lot here. There's a lot of bubble bobble there.
Taking damage from the viruses is good. They do like 3 apiece. I may not want to take too much. Or I could just get that like I didn't want to. Just eat this guy. Through some lasers. Pop culture lasers, no less.
All the 80s kids would know the laser tag over there.
Yeah, no joke.
This
All
looks
these youngins
Left
in
here.
chat are like, what the hell's that?
What is that?
You went to a place and then you shot laser cannons. Great. It was great.
You went
We got a little
outside
bit of-
back in the day?
This is the reason we took all that damage. We're going to take a little bit of some death abuse here. I gained that health up, which I didn't want, so that cost me some time. Normally what would happen in this room is getting past Sophia there would unleash a ton of enemies, which, if you listen closely, you can hear Sniper Joe still clattering around, but all the enemies are despawned. It's a glitch.
Nice.
Cool thing about it is it takes us to the boss with full health. This is actually pretty useful. On to our clone fight. The Robobobo.
You gotta love the names of this game.
Oh, they're,
So
they're
good.
amazing.
They
We're
really
gonna throw
came-
Dr. Wily at
They
it.
put a lot of thought into
Wiley.
this.
And you can see the blood on the side.
For the first part, we're just going to make sure we can get as much damage with shots. I'm ignoring the fact that I have super because I want it for the second phase. I lost it there. That's unfortunate.
That's a reset right there.
It would
You
be.
don't get hit by that, okay?
Yeah, definitely do not. So if I had super, I'd just be using it right here because when he goes into puddle form, which he's going to do at the start always, he actually is completely invincible there. So now I just need to build it back up. And of course I lost it again. God, those jump timings are rough. We can still do this though. From here, we're just going to hope for good cycles, what he's going to do here. Have to dodge the head. Okay, cool. So I'm going to unleash it now. He's going to go into puddle form. Oh, well, I guess I did it too early. You wait until right when he does it. Oh, I guess I'll just kill him. Cool. Didn't think it was going to do that quite that much. So the sequencing for that fight was a smidge off, but we still got there. And he's got a message to deliver for us. Right before he shuts down, which is very convenient. Just remember, Boboy currently being transported to the jungle. Prevent a Bobo from proceeding to jungle. Error, Johnny 5 is alive. Need input. System shutdown. Something.
Top tier sound effects right
That was
there.
really
Lrock.
good.
I do what I can. So we now have a location of where he is. We're going to go deep into the jungle here.
Sorry, right over there.
Strap some things on like these boots. Because we all know Abobo is barefoot wherever he goes. Can't forget our spatula, of course.
I have my spatula on me right now.
Yeah, right.
Shoot, I forgot mine.
I told you to remember.
Now we're going deep into the jungle with our Contra level. This is by far the hardest stretch of levels in the game. It's the only stage sequence, I guess I should say, that has 2 stages to it. We're going to be playing through jungle and waterfall. What I'm essentially hoping for is good patterns out of these zombies. That was good. Those guys can actually get the drop on you as long as you're moving directly to the right, so that was pretty lucky there.
We shot Rambo there for a second. I just wanted to point
Mashing
that out.
also very beneficial here because there's no limit to the amount of shots that can be on screen. It's not an NES game. It operates off flash, so the memory limitations are not quite as strict. Got a jump here I'm going to try and get. Didn't quite get it. I wanted to be able to fall into the chasm, but that was really close, and I may still be able to get this. Going to go for a robo jump here, which is really hard if you're not invincible.
RoboCop.
Man, easy peasy, dude.
That was it.
Stop
Actually got
overhyping your stuff.
Going to take a death here, though.
Keeping
So
him in
essentially,
line.
much like Contra, we want to get spread and keep it. I'm going to let Jason do what he's going to do. Oh, that's bad.
That's
Okay,
rough.
cool.
Nice.
See, now Contra runners want this spread right here.
Oh yeah, this is real spread.
Yeah, this
Look-
spread
look at
is
this spread right
much
there.
more powerful than Contra spread because there's no limit to the amount of shots that can be on screen.
So
We're going to take out Krang
busted,
there.
dude.
We killed
Not a
Krang.
hard boss,
It's the second time you've
but
killed
then of
Krang
course
today.
he goes right into phase 2.
That's
So
right,
now
he's
we're going to have
killed Krang
stuff
twice
happen.
now.
Here comes the
Spread out for
Kirby.
aliens.
This is my favorite sprite in the game. I love the fact that someone put something like this together. It's pure joy.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, man.
So we're going to unleash the airstrike as soon as he gets out the rocket punch to dodge it. Gives us some invincibility. And it's actually really important that you hit that, because once you do that, the rest of the fight's easy. We're just going to chill out up here, let him have all these shots. Unleash what he can. As soon as he spits out the shrimp, I'm going to go into super again, probably. There we go. Just to get some extra damage in there. Once he's down to just the body, spread doesn't do that much damage compared to super, so it's actually worth the time spent to be able to use it, to be able to get in there and do that.
Got it to
And down he goes.
Krangby's the best sprite in the game, so there you go.
It's up there.
It's all down here from here.
It's so strong. On to our second stage. Waterfall is incredibly dangerous. There are some cool skips we're going to be trying to utilize, involving jumps. We are going to be taking some death abuse, much as we did in the previous stage. Those deaths were intentional, because you can't get iframes to get through all that stuff without it. Lots of cool recognizable sprites. You got Higgins from Adventure Island. You got Kid Icarus. That death is very much intentional. It warps us right up here. So essentially what I'm hoping for here is that I don't take another death, because I'd like to utilize what's called Code Skip, which is really, really hard to get. We got a bunch of troll bullets coming in. This is not good.
We believe, man.
Ah.
You know, I jinxed you. My bad.
All right, so we're going to not get Code Skip. We're going to have to actually put in this code that everybody has heard of before. And now we have unlimited lives. So this final sequence, this is our final chance to have spread. Oh my goodness, I've never been hit by that before.
Low percent.
All right. That made me want to play this game the way I don't want to play it. So now I have to fight the boss without spread. That's unfortunate. I'm just going to probably get hit. Yeah, it's gross. Yay. This is when the game can be really mean. I did not know he could throw up.
Wow,
That's new. I've never seen him throw upwards before.
I've literally never seen that before.
Never.
Haven't. I know it's like what it is, but yeah, I've definitely not seen it before. So unfortunately, we don't have spread gun for the boss fight. We're just going to clip right away up here. Big difference with spread. Of course, it makes it a lot shorter. It would just do a ton of damage. But machine gun's going to be, it's going to be average, but we'll be able to get there. You'll get to see more sequences, which is cool. This thing's going to devour away to make way for the big guy. He's just so happy. Look at him.
He is just fat.
This is the best sprite in the game.
Yeah.
I feel there's a valid argument for that. So the one thing we do have is super. So when he flies away and we can't shoot him anymore, we can call the airstrike again. And we can actually still damage him even though he's completely despawned. If we had spread, he'd be like very, very close to death. We're going to watch for a shadow here. Got the thinker. You get a different statue depending on what side of the screen he spawns on. If he's on the right, you get a Tanuki statue, and it's amazing, but it's rare that you see that one. So another sequence we're going to see here is some fireballs. We're going to get a lot of damage here. We should be fine. These aren't that hard to avoid, so these aren't going to be a huge, huge deal. I'm actually just going to go ahead and do super and try to finish him off. Cool. Love this little sequence for his death animation. Just all these sprites that just all over the place.
Jeez,
Chippendale.
He's been hungry, man. He's been super hungry. Saw Beetlejuice in there even.
Gargoyles, yeah.
Saw the guy from Bad Street Brawler. There's a lot of cool stuff in there. Not quite done yet, though, because there's one left. And Doc Lewis. Cheeky.
This is so great.
One last little cutscene here. Abobo is understandably upset. He just had to go all the way to the jungle to find his son, and he's still not here. So he's all, fess up. We got some talking to do. So Doc does some talking. Find out that our boy Little Mac has been behind it all along, punching out poor Luigi and now Rash. Just unleashing his wrath here. Straight up, like, silent film laughter is all I see when I see that. Just twirl his mustache, even. Alright, so beyond to our last sequence. Considering who we rescue, we can probably all guess what it is by now, but it does have one of my favorite cutscenes here with the training. Because how else would Abobo train?
Also, look at Doc just like staring down at him.
He is
with
terrified.
worry.
He is so terrified. Ba-dum-bow. And we get a random catchphrase to close it out.
So crazy.
Crazy. Jeez.
So this is our final
game.
boss. It's an interesting perspective because you get to play from the boss's point of view.
Yeah, that is pretty cool, actually.
Couple cool speed strats here. First, I'm going to try and dodge the first shot by mashing left. It's going to allow us to unleash a combo on Mac that's going to drain half his health. Okay, cool. 5 uppercuts. We're going to dodge another one. We're hanging on to meter because we need it for a glitch. Down for the count on the first one.
This version of the game is way harder.
So the second cycle is a bit interesting. For the very, very last sequence, we're going to cancel the second knockdown into super. And what that's going to do is that's going to allow us to skip right to the end of the fight. Like so. What this does is that it actually tricks the game to make it think that I've knocked him down 3 times and I've only knocked him down 2, so it's a guaranteed time save. There's a transformation sequence where he transforms what's called Big Mac, which is what you're going to see here, but this is going to allow us to just end the game. So we're going to put on the Power Glove, be ready on time. It's going to be as soon as I do this last input, and couch, say it with me. It's so bad. And time. And our big finale is we get to see this nice little moment for the kids.
Ed Boon.
Because we're totally not doing this at 2 in
Ed
the
Boon
morning.
put Abobo as a DLC character.
Another one of his favorites. For our
Ed
last
Boon, if
little,
you're listening.
this is the best though. For the last little journey, we're gonna see what happens to the head as it's departed. And party time.
Karateka, yeah.
Oh man, I love Karate
man.
Champ. Karate Champ's great. More shout outs to Metro McFly. Wave the crowd at home. I would feel so bad for the RC Pro Am guy.
that's rough.
Dude,
No eyepiece for
That's
you.
garbage.
jacked.
That's just garbage.
Yeah, that's horrible.
He blocked a field goal. Made the field goal himself, that doesn't matter. Some love for Wizards and Warriors here. Clipped.
Anyone's played that knows it takes a long time to get up there.
Yes, it does.
That's
Yeah, that was
horrible.
It's
rough.
so much work. Even Simon gets distracted. Nobody's safe here.
Rampage.
For those that actually remember Rampage, Lizzie just catches the incoming. He's like, nope. It's still going, though. And we get our own flagpole glitch. Except not because there's going to be fireworks. So that doesn't count. Oh, man. This game is something, isn't it?
It's very magical. My life has been changed forever.
And here we have a Boboy, pink sandals and all. So their story concluded. Really hope y'all enjoyed that. I learned this past year for the 12-hour challenge, and it's one of my favorite speed games. It's the level design is amazing. The homage and the fan service is top tier. Like this game's incredible, and I'm really glad you all got to see it. So thanks so much to Calithon. Let me run it. Thanks for my couch. And be sure to stick around for some dive kick, because that game is also amazing.
You dive and
Thanks a
you
lot.
kick.
That's all you have to do. Just dive and kick, dude.